Are you also sick and tired of this COVID shit? Are you also wondering, when is this gonna end? And are you also bugging all your doctor friends? Why are you not making the vaccine? Why are doctors being so sloppy? What is taking so long? It's just a vaccine. It's just 2 cc's. Why is it taking so long? Welcome back, people, to the Chatter Docs. I'm Dr. Tor, and I'm an internal medicine physician. In this channel, what you all want to know about medicine, we chat about that. So if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification so you will know whenever we put out a new video so you can watch it. A lot of my friends have been asking me, dude, what are you guys doing? Why are you not making a vaccine? And I'll be like, dude, I'm a hospital physician. Not all doctors work in the vaccine making factories. I get it. We're all tired of the pandemic. A lot of us lost our jobs, a lot of us lost our loved ones, and they say the only way to get out of this miserable situation is to have a vaccine. And they've been trying to make it. But what's taking them so long? I'm also mad about this. Why aren't they making this shit? Before we get into that, as of now, the only way to control this monster is social distancing, wearing a face covering or mask, and washing your hands. Only these 3. Throughout history, vaccines have helped us to eradicate a lot of other dangerous diseases, like polio, mumps, smallpox. These diseases are not a thing these days. If you, my friend, are an anti-vax, let me ask you this question. Why the f are you watching this video? Even if we make a vaccine for COVID-19, you're not gonna get it, even if you want. Secondly, let me tell you this. F you. So on the news they're saying it takes months and months from now to make a vaccine if everything goes right. Now imagine if everything goes wrong. We're gonna have to wait for 10 more years. And that is real, because do you know how long it took for them to make the vaccine for HIV, which is a virus just like COVID? Forever. Literally forever, because they haven't made it yet. And they've been working on it for 20 plus years. So don't you all get too excited about this, okay? It's very possible then it will take longer than this. Although that they're coming in the news and they're giving this good breaking news, Fauci comes out, I'm cautiously optimistic that we're gonna make the vaccine. Get the f out of here. I'm all for it, man. Bring on the vaccine. I'm also tired of this pandemic. But in that case, this is gonna be the fastest a vaccine have ever been developed in the history. Somebody's scared to death here. I'm gonna tell you what is the step-by-step of how to make a vaccine. Number 1, crack the genetic code of the vaccine, which has already been done. Number 2, make the vaccine. And that would be all. Nah man, making a vaccine is not about making it, but it's about making sure it works. There's different methods to make a vaccine. They can inactivate the virus, which means that while keeping the major components, that virus is not going to be able to cause infection in your body. The second method is they will heavily weaken a virus so it can't cause infection in your body. It will still be alive, but it will be a live attenuated vaccine. The third method is to pull out some components of the virus, like the genetic material like DNA or RNA, and make a vaccine with them. So they won't cause the infection at all, but they can stimulate your immune system to make antibodies against the disease. This is the method that they're using to make COVID-19 vaccine. So as I said, making a vaccine does not take so long, but preparing it does take so long because it needs a lot of stages of testing it on the people to make sure it's safe and it's effective. So after the second step, which was making the vaccine, the third step will be conducting some clinical trials on the animals to make sure it works and it stimulates the immune system to make antibodies against the virus and they won't get sick or they don't have any side effects. If it works in the animals, then they will put it into phase 1 trial, which means that they will pick few patients, like 10, 20, to make sure it's safe and it does not have any side effects. In the second phase, they make the trial size bigger, meaning that they will test it on hundreds to thousands of patients to make sure the effect is still there and there's no much side effects. And in the third phase clinical trial, they try it on hundreds of thousands of patients and they randomize the patients to a case group which will get the vaccine and also to a control group which will not get the vaccine and they will get placebo instead. After all these phases of 1, 2, and 3 have been successful, then they will have to get approval to widespread distribute the vaccine. After the approval, the factories need to be made and a lot of vaccine will be manufactured. This is called the 4th phase of the trial or post-approval monitoring. In this phase, they will monitor it in the mass populations to see if there's any side effects that they haven't found before. Although these phases might seem simple to you, but I should tell you, it's no joke. They cannot rush these steps because they did so for polio vaccine in 1955. And you know what happened? A lot of people got polio from the vaccine and a lot of them died. So they retracted that vaccine and took a lot of more years to see what they did wrong. So these steps should not be rushed. They should take their time, make sure they're working meticulously and precisely to make a safe and effective vaccine. Now, when do we call a vaccine effective? When we're sure they're making the body to make enough antibodies and they're preventing the disease to happen. But are they 100% effective all the time? No. If a vaccine can only cause 50% decrease in a disease or to cause the people to get milder disease, then we call it effective. Now, what's the other problem that can lengthen clinical trials even further? Lack of material. What is clinical trials material? People. If there are less number of patients, then they don't have any subjects to run the trial on. Well, fortunately, we don't have lack of material for COVID, and it's being made for free every day. So having all that said, making a vaccine usually takes up to years. Now, what are we doing to speed up manufacturing COVID vaccine? They're basically combining all these phases. The government is running a program called Operation Warp, which will let the companies to combine phases of the studies so they can perform them faster. Currently, there are hundreds of companies working to make the vaccine. Also, the government is picking 5 of these companies to give them funds to be able to make the vaccine faster. And last but not the least, making vaccine for all the people in the world is a big challenge. And even the bigger challenge is to convince the stupid anti-vaccine people that this will not only save their lives, but also save our lives. So I wish we get the vaccine soon, but until then, washing hands, staying home, wearing mask is what you're gonna do. If you subscribe and share this video, you're going to be immune to the disease and you won't even need the vaccine.